Welcome to Farm Odyssey. Today, we're heading to the heart of the United States to explore how millions of sheep are raised across vast farms that stretch as far as the eye can see. Let's dive into the details of sheep farming in the U.S., where large-scale operations dominate and the focus is primarily on meat production. In the United States, sheep farming is a significant part of the agricultural industry, though it differs somewhat from sheep farming practices in other parts of the world, like Australia or New Zealand. As of 2021, there are about 100,000 sheep farms scattered across the country, housing more than 5 million sheep in total. Unlike the wool-centric sheep industries in other countries, around 80% of the sheep in the U.S. are raised on large-scale farms primarily for meat production. This meat-first focus is a distinguishing feature of American sheep farming. The states of Texas, California, and Colorado are the powerhouses of the U.S. sheep industry. These states host the largest sheep farms, where vast herds are managed with efficiency and expertise. While some sheep are still raised for wool, it's estimated that only about 17% of sheep in the U.S. are bred for this purpose, making wool a secondary product in the American market. Every year, around 1.7 million lambs are born across the United States, with Texas and California accounting for 37% of these births. On average, each ewe gives birth to 2 to 3 lambs, with newborns typically weighing between 8 to 12 pounds. These lambs spend their first 9 weeks closely monitored by their mothers before being weaned. It's a crucial period where the lambs develop and build the strength needed to thrive on their own. For lambs that face health challenges, breeders step in to provide specialized care, ensuring that every animal gets the attention it needs to survive and grow. Let's take a closer look at a sheep breeding farm in California. This particular farm is home to over 700 sheep, with approximately 1,500 lambs being born here each year. The lambs remain on the farm for about 2 months before they are moved to other agricultural lands for grazing. California, with its diverse climate and rich agricultural heritage, is a significant player in the sheep industry. With around 9,300 sheep farms across the state, California is home to about 557,000 sheep, making up roughly 10% of the nation's sheep population. According to a 2021 census, California processed about 222,800 sheep annually, producing 13.6 million pounds of lamb meat. In Idaho, another state with a robust sheep farming industry, there are around 4,000 sheep farms housing a total of 248,000 sheep, accounting for 4.8% of the country's sheep population. Here, we can observe 2-month-old lambs that have recently undergone tail docking. These young sheep are now ready to graze and continue their growth on the rich pastures of Idaho, a state known for its vast agricultural landscapes. Moving on to Colorado, we find a sheep farm dedicated entirely to meat production, where the Suffolk breed dominates. This breed is renowned for its meat quality, making it a popular choice among American sheep farmers. Each year, about 1,300 lambs are born on this farm, contributing to Colorado's total sheep population of around 368,000. This represents 7.8% of the nation's sheep. In Colorado, lambs reach sexual maturity between 6 to 8 months of age, typically weighing between 66 and 83 pounds by that time. The feeding regimen at this farm is carefully managed, with the sheep primarily consuming corn, hay, and grain. Each sheep is expected to eat about 3% of its body weight daily, ensuring steady growth and health. Sheep care doesn't end with feeding and docking. It also includes regular grooming. Even after docking, the thick wool around the sheep's hindquarters can still attract parasites, so farmers trim this area to keep the sheep clean and comfortable. This maintenance is essential, especially as the sheep age and their wool becomes thicker and more challenging to manage. Texas, the state with the largest number of sheep in the U.S., is another key player in the industry. With approximately 747,000 sheep, Texas accounts for about 14% of the nation's sheep population. Like the cattle herds that are so iconic in Texas, sheep here are regularly moved from pasture to pasture. This grazing method helps maintain healthy grasslands and provides the sheep with a constant supply of fresh food. Annually, around 306,000 sheep are processed in Texas, contributing to a lamb production of about 19 million pounds. Shepherds often rely on sheepdogs to protect the flocks, particularly from predators like coyotes, which are common in the region. One interesting aspect of sheep farming in the U.S. is the sheep bathing process. Adult sheep are bathed every 2 weeks, a practice that helps protect them from lice and other parasites. Keeping the sheep clean not only ensures their comfort but also contributes to better wool and meat quality. The final journey for many sheep in the United States comes when they are between 8 to 10 months old, at which point they are transported to processing plants. At these facilities, the sheep are humanely anesthetized, using electric currents before slaughter begins. This method is part of the industry's commitment to ethical treatment and ensures that the animals experience minimal distress. Each year, between 2.2 and 2.3 million sheep are slaughtered in the United States, with an annual lamb production of about 137 million pounds. On average, each American consumes around 5 pounds of lamb per year. In addition to domestic production, the United States imports a significant amount of lamb meat from countries like Australia and New Zealand to meet consumer demand. In conclusion, sheep farming in the United States is a vast and varied industry, with a primary focus on meat production. From the plains of Texas to the hills of California and Colorado, sheep farmers work tirelessly to raise healthy, productive flocks. Whether for meat or wool, the sheep of America play a vital role in the country's agricultural landscape. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of American sheep farming. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Farm Odyssey for more insights into the fascinating world of farming. See you in the next video.